Hi, guys, and welcome to the show. I'm trichologist Lisa Akbari. You're here, doctor. And today we're going to talk about hair. We're going to talk about the struggles that Black women have with their hair. Let me make sure I'm close enough to get my mic together. Okay, so I'm here in iHeartRadio and WDI Studios, and I'm here because I want to do something really special. Things are a little different right now. I'm here. And I am, as you can see, if you're tuning in and you're logging in, you can see I'm kind of messing with my hair. But if you are just hearing the replay or if you're live streaming, I'm here in WDIA and iHeart Radio. I'm so excited about that in the studios at WDIA. And I am talking about the struggles that Black women have with their hair. And we are having a roundtable discussion. We do this each and every week. I'm very excited about it. And yeah, it's just going to be a great show today. So I'm going to we have a guest. We have a couple of guests that are going to participate in our roundtable discussion because, as you know, the ladies ask the questions, give the answers. And this is something new, so you guys got to bear with me. I'm in a different studio inside the station, and I am, my hair is doing some really cool things today. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But so it's kind of a little bit strange for me, but I'm excited about this, and I just want you guys to know if you're tuning in to the radio and you're hearing the replay, don't think that I'm hoping you can hear me because my microphone is definitely doing some weird stuff. But anyways, hopefully we can get it going in just a second. And I promise, guys, I told someone that this is reality radio. Like reality TV, where you tune in to see all the mistakes they're going to make. Well, you're on reality radio, but I can promise you guys, we're going to talk about some great things today. We're going to go back and revisit that hair news with Halle Berry. And I'm going to, like I said, move a little closer and see if I can get up on, let's see here. Yeah. Get propped up. That's much better. Got I'm in a different studio, guys, in the station. So I've got another little poster in my background. So ignore that over there. Just this over here and me. Just pay attention to all those things. Okay. So we're going to revisit the hair news relating to Halle Berry because I really felt that was a good piece. And I wanted to deal with just talking to you a little bit about how she got her hair like that. Even if you say, well, I have that much hair, and we talked about it probably being a wig or weave, but we're going to talk about that today. And pull my hair down here. So it's right on my hairline. And then we're going to talk about some of these bloggers. You've got bloggers out there. We've got bloggers with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Some of them are organic and some of them are just, I didn't know this thing that you can buy subscribers. That is kind of strange. But anyways, some people will think that's pretty cool. I think from a marketing standpoint, it might be great. But I just think that, organic subscribers, people who actually over the years decided they wanted to hear what you had to say, those are the best ones. So we're going to talk about some homemade methods to treat damage ends. That's going to be coming up. If we don't do it at this show, because that's a different blogger, we may do it at one of our other shows. And then I want to talk about something that it was essencemagazine.com, and they have these little times when they're on and they're shooting their videos and they have their little online shows. And they were talking about the hairline, and it was something very interesting that they had to say about that. So I'm going to talk about that today as well. And then we're going to get Tamara, who is standing by. We're going to get her on the phone so that she can join in the conversation, as well as Christian, the most fit woman ever, who is going to come on. And she's always has something challenging to tell us about general who have struggles with their hair, and she will tell us things about when they work out, because we have struggles, period, as Black women with our hair, but we also have special struggles when we're trying to get in shape. And Kristen always has a word from some of her clients. And we're gonna get, let's see if we can get Tamara on. And we're gonna get her on the line, and then we're going to get Kristen. Hi, Tamara. Is it Tamara or Tamara? Tamara, this is Lisa Akbari. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm well, thank you for asking. Are you at work?
I am.
Uh-oh. You know what? This
No
is
problem.
okay.
I just moved into a conference room, so I'm good.
Okay, this is so cool. Okay, so all right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get Christian on the line. You're here
Okay.
at in iHeartRadio with me on Ask the Hair Doctor, and you're joining our roundtable discussion. We're so happy to have you. So let's get Christian on. We're gonna add her on, and then we're going to move on with the show. And we've got some great things to talk about. So let's get Christian on here. This is going to be a great show, guys. So I'm really excited. We're going to get Christian on this line as well, and we're going to see what's going on with her. Christian. Hey, are you okay? We'll have to talk about what you're trying to do over there, hurting your shoulder and body, and we'll talk about that after the show. But you are okay. Oh my goodness, I was praying for you. Okay, so we're here with, and you said it was Tamara, right?
Yes.
Tamara and Christian. And Tamara, you had an interesting question for us. Let's see what your question was. Now, you had some questions. You had a question about protein treatments and what is a good daily routine for your hair. So tell me, go ahead. I'm going to let you ask your question just to make sure I've got the right information.
I've been natural, first of all, for about 10 years.
Okay.
So I work out roughly 6 days a week, and I sweat real bad in my head. So my hair is soaking wet. So do I need to do a protein treatment? Or is it good? What is it required to do to strengthen your hair or to protect your hair?
Okay, well, you've asked a couple of questions here. I mean, they're really great questions, but you've asked a couple of things. One, you said you talked about your working out. So are we looking for a regimen that is going to help us with our workout?
Yes.
Okay, and then we're going to talk about the protein, because let's address that part so I can let you know how I'll interject that into all of your care regimen. You're going to have a regimen that deals with quick fix time, and that's if you're working out a lot like I do now. Oops, I'm so excited. You're gonna really need a regimen and that's where you can get your hair done quickly. You can go in, you can have your hair shampoo, condition, and be done with it very quickly. Now, with that being said, will you have to deep condition and use the protein conditioners every time? You'll need to use your conditioner, but you don't have to deep condition every time. This is what you want to remember. If you are working out, you need to shampoo at least every 48 hours. And you want to get that waste and salt off of your scalp, because when you have the waste and salt on your scalp, what happens, you end up with a problem. Let me see if I can close that in some. Yeah, you end up with a problem with having your hair, how do I say it? You end up with that dirt getting on your hair, and once it dries, the sweat, it dumps that waste and salt, and it sits, and it makes your scalp itchy, dry, polluted. So you want to remove that at least every 48 hours. I mean, it would be ideally to do it every day, but you're okay with if you do at least every 48 hours. So is you want to run your conditioner through. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to get in the shower, you're going to rinse your hair. Even if you have a hairstyle with the quick fix, you can say, well, I'm going to keep my hair braided down. How do you wear your hair? Let me ask you that first.
Well, now because I work out so much and to be time consuming, I have my hair braided.
Okay, so you're in braids.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that if you are in braids, we want to make sure that you on top of your braids. Okay, Beauty IZ, I see she's checked in. You want to shampoo on top of your braids. So there is an opportunity here for you to just well conditioner, your shampoo, and you want a clarifying shampoo, and you want to take your shampoo and run it through the scalp. Focus on that hair, scalp, sliding it through, and then you're just rinsing really well, and then put your put your conditioner, your protein conditioner on, but all you're basically doing is putting that conditioner hair close to the scalp. The extension part you're not worried about unless you're just not wearing extensions. Now throughout that hair, and then ends of the braid, like I said, if it's extension, and the hair close to the scalp, and let that sit for 60 seconds, and then you're going to rinse that away. And then after that, wrap your head with the towel. Then you're ready. At that point, you're just ready to come out of the shower, or you're going to put on your leave-in products. And you're just going to do 3 leave-ins. One, a spray-on leave-in. I have one called Hair Vitamin Braid Program that you could go on my website at Lisa Akbari and you braid program. But anyways, you use a leave-in conditioner and an oil. So you're going to put the leave-in conditioner, spray it on the hair close to the scalp, down the hair where you is. Spray it and then kind of squeeze each little, and then put the oil on the scalp between the braids, and then you just slide a little oil down the part where your hair is, and then you're going to put a little bit of moisturizer around your hairline. Try to stay away from gels and things like that, because then we know we're safe. Because hair is mostly composed of protein, so you need protein for strength and hydration for moisture. So look for a conditioner that's going to have the ability to deep, even though you're not going to deep condition every time, deep penetrate and have protein and moisture. And that's going to give you everything you need to really, really have a good deep conditioning experience and a quick fix experience. Even with your braids in, you get under the dryer, conditioner, and then after you've shampooed and conditioned, at least once a week. You can do every 2 weeks, but if you're shampooing and you're doing your quick fix, if you're doing your quick fix often, like every 48 hours, then you can do the every 2 weeks on your deep conditioning. But you do need to clean and run that conditioner through. Cool. All right. And so that's going to be great. And then you can email me, give me some feedback. Let me know how it's working. Now, well, let me just say this because you did not mention one of the things that a lot of ladies who wear their braids are concerned about. They're concerned about shampooing the braids. They're concerned about shampooing their braids and messing up their braids. Does that
No, I don't have a problem with that, no.
Super duper. Because if you put all your leave-in, like your moisture and your oil, and tie your braids down, then your braids, your hair, see, it's your hair. And for the ladies who do have challenges with this, it's your hair that wants to pull apart from the added hair. If you added hair, some people just wear their flat cornrows. Your hair is a part, so that if you get your hair treated with your leave-in products, then you're not going to have the challenge of your hair separating and becoming frizzy if you put the leave-in products on and then tie it down with a silk scarf, satin scarf, something that's hair friendly. So cool. Sure, sure.
Okay, so how long should I wait when I take my braids out to get my hair rebraided? Do you need to let your hair breathe, or I can go right back into braids?
I'm going to say the quick answer, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of a longer answer to a quick question, short question, or short, what could be a short answer. Oh, look, get it together, Lisa. Okay, first, I'm going to say, no, you don't have to wait. That's the quick answer. That's the short answer. The longer answer, because I'm so analytical about everything, and I do want you to get why. Because we're going to talk about this later in Hair News. People say things, but they don't tell you why. Don't ever, ladies, listeners, my subscribers, the thousands of you guys, don't let anyone tell you anything about your hair, and don't explain to you why do you have to do this. That's why you find me with these longer answers. But anyways, you don't have to let your hair and scalp rest from a braid style. What you have to do is have good practice when you're having a braid. Like, you have to have the best practice your braider has to, and make sure that she's not putting traction against the skin and have not damaged the skin. If the skin is damaged, you need to allow the skin an opportunity to heal. So if you've had someone braiding it and they pull the braids, and you have a lot of tenderness and you have some bleeding or lots of flaking, is not a problem, because generally that's going to be other pollutants. But if you're having challenges there, then you do need to wait. But other than that, hair is dead keratinized fiber. It just needs to be deep conditioned and clean. I would say do a pre-poo. That means you're going to put your shampoo on prior to shampooing it. After you've taken your braids on, while the hair is still dry, you put your shampoo on, and then you massage that through. Make sure that after you massage it through, then you allow it to sit for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and you can sit under a hot dryer so that you can sweat. And the reason for that is because what you're trying to do is let your scalp start to detox itself. And with that clarifying shampoo, and you want a clarifier, one with the pH of 4.5 to 5.5, please, 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 ladies, stay away from that apple cider vinegar. Walk away. All right, I get too emotional when it comes to that, because when I view this daily, I do understand due to the hair. But anyways, stay on point, Lisa. Okay. You just have to clean and condition that hair. You need a clean, acidic, stimulated, hydrated environment for your scalp. And you can wear whatever you want, braids, relaxers. I know, earth ladies, my earth mamas, my natural beauties, you're going to tell me, stop telling people they have permission to wear relaxers. But I have to be honest. I'm a professional. And then if you have that environment for your scalp, if you have a hydrated and strong environment on your hair, like protein and moisture with the hair, then you've got a healthy head of hair and a healthy scalp that can pretty much withstand whatever you want to do with it. So with all that being said, that taught you long, yes, you and no, you do not have to wait. Just do your deep conditioning, not too late. Pre-poo. Because you know how we take the cow by the tail and run with it. But anyways, so yeah, and I hope this helps you. Is this going to help you, Tamara?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Super duper. I know you're at work. If you can listen up, I'm going to chat a little bit with Christian, and we're going to get to some of these hair news. If you can stay on the line, something else comes up or you have another question for me, I'll be happy to answer. Or if you can just listen up, and this is going to be, I want you to come back again and again to our roundtable discussion, because, hey, ladies, and I'm going to try out there for a while, but I just want to say this. Black women with their hair. I mean, we rule the world. We have these big jobs. We have to be running our household. We're doing all these wonderful things, but then with our hair. And as professionals, I think it's my response as a professional. I think it's my responsibility to give back in this way and really help. So that's why I'm here online with you right now. So yeah, I want you to tune in and give those questions because I can talk at you guys. I can talk about what I like to talk about, but I want to hear what you want to talk about because I may not have thought of that question that Tamara had, and I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so thank you so much for your question. Hang on. Hey, Christian.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm well. You don't have any broken parts, do you?
You know what? I think I might have strained my shoulder. So quickly. And you have to just be mindful of how you move sometimes.
We can look up move quickly and your picture will be in there. Because you are one busy lady. You got me beat, dear. I tell you. So what's up, Christian? Tell me what's going on with your clients. I know they have plenty of questions.
Yes, ma'am. So it was one topic that came up was the keratin treatment. I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah, keratin.
Keratin. One of the ladies were recommended that, like, if she wanted her hair to stay straight longer, she could just get a keratin treatment, and that'll help her hair, not curl up as quickly when she works out. So I was thinking to myself, I've never heard of this treatment before. And I mean, I guess I don't know if it's been around for a while, if it's something new, but will this actually help her? Like, I don't want her to, actually go get this treatment done, and she still has like an afro by the time she's done working out, or at least like, frizz.
You know what, Christian? I just love you. You know I do, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You know I love you. I love you for so many reasons, but for today and right now at this very moment, one reason I love you is because number one, you brought this to me instead of going out and trying it yourself because it sounded good and it does sound good.
And I was interested. I was definitely interested.
I know. And number two, I love you because it's like your focus, you are real. Your focus is right where your clients focus. You never said, would it damage my hair? You said, will it work and keep it straight, or will it will it be frizzy? Hello, people. This is where our challenge is. The challenge is, ladies, the reason why we struggle with our hair is because we see these things we hear about these things that supposed to be great, and we see these things online that look great, and I want one of those. It's just like me with you. I said, I want to look like Christian. I don't know how she got that body like that, but I want to look like that. So we have to talk about what it took. What am I going to do? What's the safest way to get to that point? And that's where the problem is with a lot of the ladies. They don't understand that if you are not careful, you're going to damage your hair. So now, remember I was saying with Tamara, we have to find out the why and the what. If I say don't do something, why? If I say do something, why? And how am I going to be safe with it? And this is what I want you ladies out there right now to promise yourself. Going to find out in my book, Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair, I talk about this. Make your choice. Once you say, I want this, then say, let's do the research. And it doesn't take long to do the research these days, okay? Plus, you can always email me and say, I want keratin treatments, and I want to know about the keratin treatment. Is it safe? Or will it work? If the big thing is, will it work? Like Kristen said, will it keep her hair straight, or will it just be frizzy afterwards? Or the other question that want to ask, is it safe? Now, I'm going to answer both of those. Number one, the keratin treatment will work. It's kind of like when we talk about relaxers. Will a relaxer straighten my hair? Yes. But will I be safe? That's debatable. Depends. So what I want to do, keratin treatment, and how to stay safe with the keratin treatment, and I said number one. I know that number one, will it work? Number two, what is the keratin treatment? Hair is mostly composed of a protein called keratin. Our nail, our skin, all of those, that's a keratin. So keratin is protein. Basically, the way it's done, The keratin treatment is put on the hair, and they take a heated tool and they close that heated tool up on that keratin treatment. Now, is this safe? The heat is not heat with the keratin treatment that you can control. I can have my flat iron on a temperature, let's say 350 or 400, depending on the texture of your hair. 150 if you have fine hair, 300, 350 if you have medium hair, 400, 420 healthy coarse hair. Ladies, this is was in my new study. Healthy coarse hair can't tolerate that much heat. But with the keratin treatment, the keratin itself heats up, and then the iron is heating up, so it overheats. So what happens when you put that on the hair, you have something called a meltdown of the cuticle. So the cuticle layer begins to become very thin, and it wears into your cortex. And the cortex is the layer where all of your chemical changes occur. Also, it determines the type of hair you have. In other words, whether you have kinky hair or straight hair. Now, there's two ways to overprocess the hair. And a lot of times you guys will say, well, I have heat damage. Oh, well, that's because heat damage and chemical relax damage looks almost the same under the microscope. You can overprocess the hair through a pressured heat, overheated tool, or you can overprocess it with a chemical or bleach or some chemical color in many cases. Why? Because type of hair, your structural changes occur. It burns past the cuticle into the cortex and literally flattens it out and gives it a structural change. So that's why you can have heat damage. And the chances are even greater. You have to have an extremely skilled, I'll say that again, stylist to do this, because she's got to lower if your hair can tolerate 400 degrees, if it's coarse, she's got to lower that temperature down if you put in the keratin, because heat up with the keratin. She's got to lower that temperature down, possibly to like a 300, 350, depending on the condition of your hair. So this is really important, guys. So you want to have a consultation with your stylist before getting this, but it will work. But you can overprocess the hair and have what you guys call heat damage. My hair is doing some really cool stuff here. Guys, you know I get distracted whenever you put me in front of a camera with my hair, because I did a twist out, which I never ever do, but I did it in a weird way. I have to tell y'all about it later. But anyway, so hey, did that help out with your question?
Yes, ma'am. But also,
yes,
that wasn't the end. There were also claims that it would, help keep moisture in your hair, and I think there was something else they said about the keratin treatment where it helped her hair stay moisturized longer or something. And just with the information you told me, I can't see that happening. But
let me help you. Let me help you understand why they're saying this. Okay.
Okay.
When you have a keratin treatment or any heated tool, it flattens the cuticle. This is why I say it's like a delicate balance here. You have to have kind of heat that hair, because you want to flatten the cuticle. You don't want to burn the cuticle. When your cuticle is flattened, frizz, because cuticle, that's your top layer. If you could look at your layers, and the first layer that you look at in the mirror, you're basically looking at your cuticle layer, but the cuticle is more transparent. So you really that's the layer, that's your top style layer. That layer is the cortical fibers. So to say this, tension is there of the cuticle. You guys talk a lot about porosity here. Why you have poor porosity is because it's not intact and it's not healthy. cuticle is flattened and it's like the shingles on the house, no leaks can get in, nothing can get out, then you will retain moisture. If your cuticle is damaged, then you won't. So that's why I said it's a delicate balance. If you do not properly um, do this, then you will overheat the hair, burn the hair. You'll have straight hair, but it'll be permanently straight. Once it's wet, you will begin, and once you re-wet it and shampoo it, you'll see the straight ends, and then it'll start to be really frizzy and hard to manage, and it'll start to dry out. So that's the danger. So yes, you can retain moisture with this because it controls the porosity because it flattens the cuticle, allowing to lock in moisture, but it's again, there's a delicate balance.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys, if you just tune in.
I have a question.
Okay, hold on.
This is Tamara again. Okay.
Hey, Tamara, I just want to let everybody know if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome to the show. I'm trichologist Lisa Akbari, and for the next 25 minutes or so, I am going to be your hair doctor, and we're having a great time. We're having a round table discussion. I am chatting here with two people. I'm chatting with Kristen, and she is the most fit woman I know. I tell everyone that. She is a trainer, a amateur boxer, just fit, and she's going to try to get me to look like her. We all going to pray. A moment of silence. Okay, and then I have Tamara, who is joining us for the very first time with our chat. I want to try this. I have Tamara, and let's see if we can give Tamara a wonderful applause. I'm trying this, guys. Y'all got to help me. Let's see. Oh, no. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Shut up. Okay, so now you guys can see. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to. Tamara, I was not trying to boo you. I was trying to get the one that clapped. Here we go. You know, I hate technology sometimes. Do y'all not hate technology sometimes? It's like, is this thing going to work or not? But anyways, there we go. Yay. Can you hear that, guys? That's, yeah, a little bit. So, Tamara, this is some new stuff I'm trying, but I was not supposed to. She's got some questions. So Tamara, let's jump in here. What's your question?
I just want to pick back up on Chris' question.
Okay, sure.
When you do that keratin treatment, does that kill your coil pattern?
The only way it will is if it burns into the cortex. As I said earlier, that's where your structural changes occur. The only way it will change your pattern is if it burns through the cuticle, flatten the cortex, then you're permanently straight. And if you're permanently straight, then that means it's as if you got a relaxer and you or through the overuse or misuse. Here we are. The other thing is like with your heated tools. So that will be the only way. Okay. You guys seem like you have a little bit of a question mark there. I know with all of my silliness here, I may be getting you off point. I just want to make sure that we're real clear on the question, the answers. We good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I know, just to kind of touch on keratin, because let me tell you something. People are wearing straight hair. I mean, they're doing it. Straight hair, because one of the shows, I was listening to a show called Real, and Tamara, I think that's her name. She was on there and she was talking about all the challenges she had when she was younger, and she had this beautiful curly hair and you wouldn't think she would have any problems, but all the challenges she had. And she started wearing her hair straight because she went on a casting call, and she was trying to be cast for some movie or a commercial or something. And she said that she did an outstanding job, and couldn't understand why she didn't get the job. And what the casting crew and directors and all those folks said was they could not get past her curly hair. I'm shocked and amazed. And this, I know, and it's like, okay, let's get political with this. Let's get down to what Black women really struggle with. So I said that some in the very near future, we're going to talk about the struggles that we have at work. I thought that was over. Now, a lot of this is because I'm like the turtle with my head in the sand. I own my own business. I call all the shots when it relates to what happens within my community. And I, of course, embrace whatever way you want to wear your hair, even if you want to wear weave or if you want to wear color or relaxer. I have my team embrace that. I embrace whatever they're doing. But this blew me away. I just want to know, ladies out there, let me make sure, let's see where my chat box is. I want to see if you guys are out there having some struggles, because if you're having struggles, we need to talk about this. Okay, we need to talk about this. So let's get that ready. So start emailing me, lisa@lisaakbari.com, and let me know if you guys are having some challenges with being forced to wear straight hair. Because some ladies believe that. Okay, so with this, like I said, the straight hair, guys, that you have someone you can trust to manage your straight hair and to straighten your process in it. Just get a straight wig. Just go get you a cute little wig, cut just like your own hair, and wear it when you want straight. And then give yourself a chance to do the research. And I know a lot of you saying, I can't wear a wig. Well, make your choice. You're going to wear a wig till you get the research. Take the time to do it. Wear your own natural hair, or you're going to be over processed. So be careful. Okay, so hey guys, we have a question on our chat room. So if you are just joining and just tuning in for the very first time, I'm trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor, and we're here today in our roundtable discussion talking about the struggles that Black women have with their hair. And yes, I think it's really important for us to point out Black women have struggles with their hair, but we seem to have a special struggle. And the reason I say that is because some of the research has shown that Black women spend more money, health and beauty aids, hair products being the number one thing. They spend more money on these products than women in any other race, but we have more hair problems than women in any other race. That is something wrong with that picture. And I thought it is best for me to do the next several weeks with this roundtable discussion, not just talking at you and telling you something, but talking to you and listening and answering your questions. And I think that's crucial. So that's what we're doing. So if you know someone who wants to be on my roundtable discussion, please, please, please let me know. Make sure that you email me, lisa@lisaakbari.com. Give me your question that you'd like to ask on my show, and your name and number, and I will include you. I promise you I will. Okay, so let's get a question from Lucy. And then we have Karen joining. Thank you very much. She said, my daughter had major surgery. Now her hair is falling out. Let's talk about that for a minute. I pray that your daughter is going to do well. I pray for you and your daughter. But let's talk about the hair, losing hair. You can lose hair for two reasons after surgery or with certain medication. You can lose hair after surgery because of the surgery itself and the body system's hair follicle is a organ. So the body system, some areas may malfunction. So you may lose hair because of the body systems are just off balance. You can lose hair because of the medication, drug induced is what it's called. You can lose hair because of that. So what happens? The follicle will begin to malfunction because of what's happening within your body systems. It's usually temporary. The medication, if there's a medication that she's on, we want to make sure that you have the options of speaking to your doctor and asking him to make sure that you let him know that she's losing hair and ask if it's the medication. And if so, is there a different medication that can solve the same problem but not cause hair loss. Doesn't have that side effect. Your doctor is more concerned about her getting better than paying attention to the hair loss. Now, it's not that they don't care, it's just that, priority. Her health is priority to them. But I understand with the hair loss. The other reason you could lose hair is indirectly, because when you have major surgery or you take medications after your major surgery, you can have a problem with dehydration of the strand, because the strand will literally grow out of your scalp dehydrated. So what you want to do is step up your moisturizing. There's a product that I use, I recommend, called Hydration, and you can go to lisaakbari.com and you can find it. I would recommend you use the hair vitamin and then the hydration, and that's going to give you and use it daily, and then seal it with the oil sheen in a jar. So hair vitamin, hydration, oil sheen in a jar, and that's going to help her with her moisture levels coming up. And then we want to look at a strand reading. We want to make sure that this hair is not coming from her scalp, it's coming from the strand. If you have the way to know whether it's an indirect or a direct is by looking at the hair as it emerges. When that hair falls out, you want to look at the strand under a light, and you want to use a white piece of paper if it's dark hair, a light piece of paper if it's light hair, and you want to take a look and see if that hair has a hair bulb on the end of it or if it just has a clear break. Clear break means it's breakage, so it's most likely dehydration. A hair bulb may mean it's excessive shedding, but you want to see if most of those strands are excessively shedding. Also, go to my site, and if you need a 30-minute consultation session, click on that link and then request that. That's another thing. We can do a one-on-one private, so I can get more details and I can write a custom program for you and your daughter to get through this. As I said, I pray for you. I pray all is well. We have Karen on the line as well. And Karen says, she said, yes, that is true. I work as a manager for, so she's talking about the federal government, and she works as a manager, and people tell her all the time that straight hair looks more professional. Yeah, Karen, we're going to have a show on that, because yeah, that is totally ridiculous that people have to deal with that. We are definitely going to do a show about that. And she said, she has another question. She said, what is the difference with um I don't know what that word is, detanglish. Detangling souffle and hair vitamins. Major difference. Karen is talking about some of my product. On my website, I have a product called Hydrating Detangling Souffle, and one called Hair Vitamin. Hair Vitamin is literally, when I was trying to think of a name for it, I just gave it the name Hair Vitamin. And the reason I did, because Hair Vitamin is just simply a way for you to feed this dead keratinized cell. You want to protect and preserve it. It is the best way for that. It helps with cuticle damage. It just helps with keeping the cuticle from becoming damaged. It gives the hair some elasticity. It'll equalize its porosity. It's like a vitamin for your hair. It's a topical product on the hair shaft. Hydrating detangling souffle is for tangles. It's like when you have that hair and you go through your hair and you see these little, what y'all call fairy knots and these tangles, then you put a drop of that in that tangle, press into the core of that tangle, forefinger and thumb, no rubbing, just press in, and then slide that through. It'll bring that tangle out. So one's for tangles and the other one is for just literally protecting and preserving the hair. Now, both will do both. Hair vitamins can detangle, because tangles come from the cuticle. But if you have matted, really severe tangles, then you want to use the souffle. Oh, okay. So we're almost out of time, but I do want to address one thing. I want to talk about this blogger said tips on how to grow healthy and thin and brittle. One of the things that she said was, she said that she could thousands. She has like 355,000 subscribers. I don't know if all are organic. I don't know if they're, but she has that many. And people are, so somebody's listening to her. So this is important that we understand this. These protective styles, they're not so-called, they are protective styles. That is one way you can grow out your hair and obtain length, because your hair is not growing any faster with a protective style. It's just not breaking. So therefore you obtain length. So it's crucial to understand the difference. Second, if you have a protective style, you want to understand that you are going to have to feed your scalp and hair. In other words, take care of your scalp and hair so that you don't have problems later on with your hair being long, but of poor health and quality. So eventually you have to go back into the protective styles. What I have found in my research with ladies who wear a lot of protective styles, they are able to obtain length, but it's temporary length, or it's length without health and quality. That means that it's weaker hair. Now it looks full. Don't get me wrong, guys. Before you start emailing me and saying, oh no, my hair is thick. It looks full. It even feels full. But over a period of time, they start to notice poor porosity, dehydration, breakage. They're like, wow, what's really going on? And they don't understand. And a lot of that is because while they were wearing their protective styles, they did not care for the hair and scalp the way they needed to. Yes, you can have hair. And if you look at these ladies who start out with damaged hair and then they come months later with a full head of hair, you need to know what they did with it. What did they do if they wore a protective style? And that's fine, the sew ins, but that's fine. But you got to get a good program while you're doing it. All right. All right. So that was one of the bloggers. So remember that, ladies. I just want y'all to be informed. I do want to talk about one thing on this before we close out the show today. I want to talk about one of these shows on essence.com when they talked about the hairline, or as you call it, the edges, the hairline. They said many things about it, and we should definitely do a show, and I've done this in the past, a show on the hairline. But this essence.com, one of the folks on one of their shows, their internet shows, she said that steroid injections were used to dissolve the scar tissue. That's how you can grow hair on your hairline. That is simply not true. Steroid injections are used for inflammation. It helps with those inflammatory cells that are developing around the area where the hair actually grows. So can dissolve. Well, I'm not going to say nothing, but that does not allow you to regrow if your follicle is scarred, because the scar tissue literally destroys the follicle. So there you have it, and there it is. Okay, so do not believe that you can grow hair. And listen to these. These are folks with high ratings. I mean, they have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people listening to this. So tell your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend that steroid injections are used to help with the inflammation, because there's something called cicatricial. There's a type of alopecia that causes scarring. And if you can get that, still steroid injections, they generally help with that inflammation. And that's something that can happen. But there are some natural approaches to that as well. Okay, guys, out of time. This has been a great. Guys, I'm excited. I'm roundtable discussion. Remember, on Sunday, this whole show, it'll be replayed this Sunday. Every Sunday, we're going to start broadcasting live online on Wednesdays, like you see today, and then we'll replay it on Sunday on my regular time. And so you'll be able to hear it through iHeartRadio and the WDIA studios. So I'm thankful for that. But I want you to just give me some feedback on what you think about all of this. Okay, guys? I love you guys so much. I will see you Sunday if you do listen to the replay. And I will see you next Wednesday live. Tell your friends I'm going to be here. And we're going to have a great show. So thank you so much. To God be the glory in Jesus. Thank you, Tamara. And thank you, Kristen. And thank you, Beauty, IZ, Lucy, Karen, and all you folks that tuned in online. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. I love you so much. And I'll see you next week right here for Ask the Hair Doctor at WDI Studios and iHeartRadio. Have a wonderful, blessed morning, evening, or afternoon.